Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to my channel, Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we're doing our longer readings from June 16th through the 30th for my Capricorns. Hello, my Capricorns. Okay, so longer reading means I use 3 decks of cards. I use my Radley Valentine Angel Tarot cards. Gives me kind of the main message. Then I go to my John Holland Psychic Tarot and Oracle cards, fills in those gaps. And then I finish with my Osha Zen Tarot cards, which gives us any last words of advice. Now, I have prayed, meditated, and infused each deck with Reiki energy, but remember, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest. So, a couple of things in June happening. Now, June 17th, full moon in Sagittarius, very optimistic, very hopeful full moon. So this is the time to get those things out there, get those wishes, those requests. Remember, this is the time to release what is holding you back, relinquish what doesn't serve you, and request. Ask for stuff. Now, I don't ask you to worship the moon. That's not what I'm doing. It is a divine creation. It does have a lot of energy. It does affect our earth. It does affect us, all of the phases. So use that energy. Use that energy to help. Now, the other thing that's happening is on the 21st, then we go from Gemini season into Cancer season, water, emotional. It's also, for the Northern Hemisphere, it is also the summer solstice. And then for the Southern, then I guess that would be the winter solstice. Now, the one thing be aware of, even though this full moon is very good, very positive, there are some planets, I think it's Neptune, Mars, maybe Mercury too, that are going to be, they're in a place so it might add some weird vibe to it. So, you might be a little, not per se you, my Capricorns, but people might actually be a little overboard with their belief system. Okay? Don't know who that's for, but also, before we even start, I will cut now, and I'm shuffling, cutting. We'll go ahead into July a little bit. July 7th through the 31st, Mercury goes retrograde. That's that time with our, electronics, our communications, sometimes our travel, but it's also about people coming back from the past into our, into re-entering into our lives. So be aware of that. And this, this actually, even though it's the 7th, that energy, because, it appears to be reversing, but it's like it starts slowing down and then it starts making that turn, or it appears to be. And that can happen 3-4 days prior. So just be aware of that. Okay, 3 cards face down. The second and third are reversed. So that means a little bit more powerful message to you. The first card, here, let's take this. There we go. Queen of Earth. This is definitely your energy, my Capricorns. It's also our Taurus and Virgo energy. It's very much our solid energy. It's our, it's what we can feel. Many times over, it is our money. When the Queen of Earth for you, I feel like this is more about our, this is about relationships, but it's more about, I think, the people that we call family. Now, I say that because relationships could be work, personal, or actually, family, okay? But it's the people we call family. And this is thoughtful, creative, warm, sensible. Make time for those around you. Take a sensible approach. Deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. I'm just feeling that this is going to be more interpersonal relationships with family, okay? Again, who is that to you? But you're going to have to be dealing with stuff. So what does that mean? That might mean I feel standing firm. I feel, I'm going to give an example. Say that, you have a child and your child wants, $50 for something. And you're like, well, are you going to earn this? How are you going to pay this back? No, you're just going to give it to me. And it's like, ooh, wait a minute. That's not how this works. And it's kind of like a realization with this other party, this other relationship, okay? And again, work, interpersonal, family. It's like a realignment. I feel like there's like a realignment, okay? This card is reversed. Let's see what this says. the Three of Earth. Again, this is your energy. Now, this is the power of creativity, recognition for very high quality work, like be a team player. I don't have my glasses on. Be a team player. So this realignment could be this realignment is definitely with a relationship type of situation, but it's also it's a joining type of a relationship. It's like, I will help you, but we need to work together. I am not just going to be giving to you. Okay. I really feel this. It's like, no. The me giving to you is now over. This is, I will help you though, but I am expecting you to now take part. So that's really coming across very strongly for me, is that it's like, maybe you're putting your boundaries up. Maybe you're reinforcing your boundaries. Maybe you have been, you've been letting them slip down a little bit, but I really feel it's like you are basically, you're basically saying, I will help, but, okay? So this is what this type of 2-week energy is going to be about. Now, it does talk about, being a team player, work. It's like, yeah, I'm going to, and this could be then, it's with the relationship. So this could be, maybe your work has been, here, I'm dumping, and all of a sudden you're thinking, you know what, I've got summer coming up here. I worked 100 hours, a week all last summer. I didn't even know that it was summer out, okay? And it's like you really are putting up some new structure, new fences around this. I feel, yeah, new fences. This is as far as I'm going to go. Now, this also is, if you are, if you are working with your family, you might have a family meeting and saying, yeah, I want to let you know this. This is how this is going to work. And it might be, well, this is not a democracy. So yeah, I'm taking it kind of as the parent itself. But it might also be, if you are not, if you are the younger, and, you might be saying, you know what? I can't, I have school, I have work, I have this, and, I can't do the other things too. Do you know what I mean? It's really about putting your boundaries together. It's putting boundaries up and then sticking with it. And that is something that, you are good at doing. You are good at it. But, and many people don't see the tender heart side of you. A lot of times you let those boundaries slip, okay? A lot of times you let people jump over the fences, and you're like, okay. And, because you do have an awareness, you are aware people are people, because you do have an awareness that you're that you have failings too. Oh, did I say something? No, you know it. You're probably your harshest judge. So, you tend to, try to actually pull that piece back, okay? But this is, again, reestablishing or establishing boundaries. Now, I do feel that this could be with, I'm feeling very much more work or family. I'm not feeling personal relationships, but it could be. It could be. You may find yourself in a relationship that you're like, oh, how the heck did I get here? But I don't want to change. I don't want to lose it, okay? This one is also reversed. Let's see what this says. The Wheel, Archangel Michael, 10. Remember, 10, something is ending. Doors are closing for a door to open. So something is ending, so something can begin. And with you putting up these boundaries, with you basically putting, putting a structure into your life, that is doing so that your next chapter, I do feel, I know that I had a shorter reading about, that you're putting your mind towards this. This is, towards that long-term goal. This is part of that. So this is a time of positive change. A situation suddenly moves forward. Fortune is on your side. So yeah, you putting this boundaries up is part of you moving forward. It's part of your longer-term plan. I do think you probably have an idea of what that is. But if you don't, then you're just working through instinct on this, okay? So let's see now. But that's I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you with that because, you know, you pretty much are, you know, level-headed and, you know, again, we're people. We're people. So it's not like you're, you know, but again, this is all part of that. You know what you want and you're going after that. We had that reading, right? So let's go ahead and see what other, let's kind of fill in the gaps now. Okay, first card, harmony, harmony. You know, coming together, putting things in the place that you can actually live in it, that you can actually, maybe you have been paying, maybe you have been paying all of the rent and you have, 5 other people living with you, and now you're saying, okay, now I will pay maybe 1/3 of the rent, but you are all going to be putting in your pieces too. Because you don't, there's this thing about, I know that this sounds weird, but it's like you have to disrupt things in order to put them back together again in a better way, in a more harmonious way. And, so that's why these things are being put together. It's so, it actually is, it's actually being put out and being structured so things work out better, and that the resentments that you might have been holding on to, that you are not, you're facing it and you're saying, hey, this is how this has to be, and, take it or leave it. But if they take it, then you're not going to feel so resentful towards them, okay? Whoever they be. Again, relationship. Okay, next card, trapped in fear. Okay, what is this? But you are human. You are human. So I'm going to, there can be this source, usually when I see this trapped in, I'm feeling this trapped in fear, that this is kind of, 2 things are going on. I'm feeling really strong that this is, you're a little worried about going after what it is that you're wanting. But also I feel that there might be some worries about some money here. That there might be, that what you do want to go towards may not necessarily be, I feel like I'm feeling that you're for some, in a little ways, you're taking a gamble with it. And it kind of scares you because, like I said, you see the end game, you see what it is that you're wanting, but you're kind of like, what if it doesn't turn out? What if it, what if my efforts aren't, appreciated? But I also feel, then I go that one way, but then I also feel that there's some money worries here too. Now, I don't really worry about money with Capricorns, and I'm not saying that you don't worry, but, you always find a way. But it's kind of like, and maybe it's not money, but resources. Maybe the resources, you're worried about not having the resources to go for what it is you're looking at. Maybe you're thinking about starting a new business. Maybe you're thinking of starting a family itself. So, this is one of those things that you're just going to have to look at. You're going to have to take a step back and look at this in a little bit more logically, okay? This is an emotional worry. This is an emotional worry, okay? Okay. So, but who's to say? Who's to say that, it's, when you're going forward, it's okay to have these emotional worries because it does help you to reassess, okay? And I don't mean reassess your end game, because I really feel that you're pretty on that, but reassess how you're going to go about achieving it. Okay. Last card, hope. Okay, and this is reversed. So again, this, we have harmony, getting things put together so you can go forward. Yeah, you do get, it is worried. It's like, I feel like in some ways you're taking a little bit of a risk, or maybe a big risk. But at the same time, it's like the end game. And again, do I think it's going to be in this June? No, but could it be longer? I think that's going to be a longer time. But at the same time, this end game, what you're going after, what what you're hoping for, it's like so worth it to you. And that's on top of the wheel. That's on top of going forward, positive change. You know, this is just something that happens. Yeah, we all second guess ourselves. We all have worries, you know, and at the same time, if, you know, by going for it, if it doesn't work out exactly the way you planned, at least you did it. You went for it, okay? Because that's the thing. You know, that's the thing that many people in life, they just don't do it, you know, and then they come to that end and they think, why didn't I? Why didn't I do it? So this is some time. Yeah, this is interesting energy for you. Yeah, and interesting, introspective, but yet, I mean, yeah, I feel a lot of concrete movement. I feel a lot of, just a lot of determination with whatever this is. Okay, so we're going to cut and we're going to see what advice do we have for my Capricorns. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. All face down. Let's see what we have. Okay, reversed again means, you know, strong. Okay, turning in. Now, this is that, you know, that meditation, that connecting, that, you know, that connecting with that spiritual side of you, that, you know, higher power, guardian angel, spirit guides, voice of the universe, divine, whoever else I might not have mentioned. This is that making sure you connect. And so as you go on your journey, in order for you to stay focused, and remember too, your focus might change. That's okay too, but you know, it's not going to change a whole lot. It's really still you. This is what you want, whatever this is. And you need to not know that you don't, you need to not do it alone. You need to have something bigger than yourself. If you rely only on yourself, then yes. If you are relying only, then yes. Okay, next card. The Rebel. The Rebel. I love this card. Yeah, I do. I do. And I think that this might be something that the journey that you're on, the path you're on, may be something that's different for how you normally are, okay? This may be something, like I said, I think that there's a little bit of a gamble with what you're doing. I'm not quite sure what it is, but I think that there's a little bit of a risk. I don't think it's personal. I don't think it's a great risk, but it is a little bit of a risk. But yet for you, you know what? This is you're embracing that part of you that you really keep hidden. So again, yeah, but that is very much there. So again, embrace that. Embrace it, because that's what's going to get you to that point. And your last card, the Master. Now this has come up a couple of times for me, for me today. And this is, again, this goes in with this turning in. This goes in with trust. Goes in with connecting. This goes in with, is like saying, okay, you know what? I know what I want to do with my life. I know what I want to do when I grow up, whatever. I need help to get to that. And it's actually trusting. This is probably going to be I don't know, because I know a lot of Capricorns that have a very strong faith base. So, so maybe this isn't as hard. But it's one of these things that it's like, okay, it's like, when you relinquish and you release, and then, maybe 3 days later, you're like, well, maybe I should take it back. Maybe I should just take it back. Maybe I should just work on it myself. It's okay. You're busy. Just put the circumstances, okay. This is releasing it, relinquishing, and just saying, this is, I'm giving it, okay? Okay. Interesting energy for you coming up the end of June here. Very much so. I do love the fact that you're putting your boundaries together, that you're putting the fences up, that and I feel like you're holding other people accountable. And when I say other people, that could even be your work situation. Maybe you're going to say, hey, when I signed up, the contract was that you were going to do this, this, and this, and you didn't. So it's very much you standing up for yourself, but not in an irate way. You're just laying it out there. You're laying it out there. So I like the reading. I like the reading. I love your journey. It's a great journey. So please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, my Capricorns, know that you are loved and be blessed. Bye-bye.